What's up guys, how you all doing? Adam here, and I am back for another video, and this time I hear you say finally I'm going to introduce you to my new beast gaming PC. It's not a beast, but it's definitely a beast. So let me introduce you to that in a little while. I might even go ahead at some stage and put macOS, which is the new name for OS 10 on it. Let me know if you want me to do that by smashing up that like button for me and leaving me a comment down below. Also, if you want to see me do more build videos like this, then please do, again, let me know by hitting that like button or leaving a comment down below. Now, this particular one is a brand new machine for me. I did have a Windows-based PC before that I also dual booted with Mac OS 10, but I've given that to my son because he's gotten into gaming on PCs now rather than consoles. So he's got that one, so I had to build myself a new one. This one's been a long time in the making, but finally it is ready, and I've had great fun doing it as well. So let's take a look at it. First of all, the case. Now, I wanted a case that was subtle. I wanted a case that was white, I wanted a case that was compact and also quiet. And I managed to find it in the NZXT S340. Try saying that 10 times extremely fast, I dare you. And I'm very pleased with the case. It looks nice. It's got a couple of nice little buttons on the front of it with some audio in, out, and also some USB 3 ports as well. It's got a glass window. I wasn't particularly bothered about that, although I must admit I do geek out a little bit looking at the insides. But yeah, all in all, it's a great box. It's nice and quiet. Came with a couple of fans already built into it. The fans that are in there are actually quite quiet as well. They're fairly decently sized, so they don't kick up too much noise. And all in all, yeah, great box. Very, very pleased with it. Nice aesthetically. And also the manual that came with it and all of the little screws and risers and everything else all worked perfectly. And as you guys know, I hate cables. And the cable management was great on this one, so very, very pleased about that. Now, next up, I went for, obviously, an Asus motherboard. I love Asus products. The one I went for was the X99 Sabertooth motherboard. I liked the look of it. The Sabertooth motherboard has got loads of bits of plastic casing all over the components. So if you were to accidentally kind of push your thumb into it, or slip off of a board when you're pushing in a graphics card or something like that, it's very difficult to damage. It's very heavy and it feels like a real quality product, and it looks like a quality product, and I like the overall kind of look of it as well. And one thing I absolutely love with Asus motherboards is the fan control. You can set up loads and loads of different profiles. You can configure it exactly how you want to. It's got a great BIOS, it's got great applications, and overall I think it's a fantastic product. Definitely gets the thumbs up from me. I'd highly recommend that Asus X99 Sabertooth motherboard. Probably my favourite part of the whole build, actually, the motherboard. Now, next up, what processor did I put in there? I went with the Intel 5820K. Now, this is a hexa-core processor, and in fact, a couple of days later, they literally brought out a brand new model. So I was going to send it back and get that, but I thought, no, I'm just going to crack on and get done with this one. So hexa-core model, it is clocked at 3.3 gigahertz. It's got 15 megabytes of cache, and it's a nice processor. You obviously get the hyper-threading, so you get the 12 virtual cores, 6 real cores, and it comes in with some decent performance. You can overclock it if you want to. It's definitely overclockable. I have tried it with no issues whatsoever in terms of stability, so you can definitely overclock it. I'm not quite sure how high you would want to go or how high you can go, but even without that, this thing performs extremely well. 24,000 on the Geekbench multi-core score and 4,000 on the single core score, which is really a great score, I think, for a 6-core processor, and it flies through absolutely everything you throw at it with the Windows 10 based operating system that I've installed over the top. Now, how did I cool the processor? I went with a Corsair H105 water cooling unit. Now, for those of you that don't know, this thing comes with a radiator that fits nicely in the front of the NZXT case. It also comes with 2 tubes, one in and one out, and then a little kind of cap that sits over the top of the processor, and it keeps the processor extremely cool. Works perfectly, even when I've overclocked it, keeps it cool, no problem, and that radiator barely even gets warm. So it's definitely a great product. I'd highly recommend it. Extremely simple to install, and actually a good price point as well, and it feels nice quality as well, which I like. Now, next up, memory. Now, I went for some Corsair Vengeance LPX. Now, I got 32 gigs of RAM. I actually went for 4 8GB modules, and the reason I went for this memory specifically, to be honest, was because it came in at a great price point, and I'll leave links to that down below. I may well go ahead and upgrade to 64GB in the future, who knows, but at the moment this is doing absolutely fine. And in fact, you'll find links to all of the products for everything I'm speaking about in this video for both the American Amazon Amazon store, and also the UK one as well. So if you want to check out any of these parts, check that video description down below and you will find everything that you need. Now, next up we came to the graphics cards, and I have actually got some incredible graphics cards. These are the Galax KFA2 GTX 980 Ti Hall of Fame edition, and these have got 6GB of a DDR5 memory. They're fantastic graphics cards. I would have got the 1080s or the 1070s, but I already had these and I'm in love with them. I love the way they look. I love the fact they're white as well, and it all kind of fits into the build. And the score that you get in terms of the benchmark for these is phenomenal. If you wanted me to do some more graphics testing with these and let you know the performance in terms of the benchmarks for that, again, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and I can go more in depth about some of those things as well if you want me to. Now, in terms of storage, I was going to go for 2 kind of high performance SSDs, but for what I use it for, which is a bit of gaming, a bit of editing, a bit of this, bit of that, I really didn't think that I would need to do that. So I went for a single SanDisk. It is a 960GB one, and it came in at such a great price, I couldn't resist it. In the future, I may well upgrade to 2 SSDs, raid those together in hardware in the BIOS and do that, but that's only if I find myself requiring more I/O performance, which I don't think I will. But if I do, I'll bring you guys a video on that. And again, if you want to see the performance differences between what I've got now and that RAID setup, let me know and I will do another video on that if you want me to. I went with a Corsair power supply, the modular one, and that all went together absolutely perfectly. Very easy to wire everything up, and I really enjoyed doing it. Now, in addition to that, I had to pick a mouse and a keyboard. You guys know I'm not particularly a big gamer. In fact, I'm not a gamer at all, but my son is massively into gaming, and I also have friends around that are into PC gaming as well. So I opted for one that I liked the look of, and I went for 2 Logitech items. So I went for the Logitech G910 Orion Spark mechanical gaming keyboard, and this thing is fantastic. It's real high quality equipment, and that is what I like. You can just feel the quality oozing out of it. It's fantastic. It comes with some nice software which gives you the ability to control all of the lighting, all of the extra keys that you want to adapt to certain things as well. It's a great bit of software that comes with it, nothing complicated, and it keeps it nice and simple. The lighting looks great and the keyboard is phenomenal. Really good quality, nice tactile keys, and I'm just really enjoying using it. Now, in addition to that, I also went for the G502 Proteus Core mouse, and this is a really nice mouse from Logitech. The main reason I went for this is because it matches the keyboard, to be honest, but it actually turned out to be a fantastic mouse, and I'd highly recommend it. Comes with a braided cable as well, nice and long, so you don't have to worry about it wearing out or not having enough cable, and it's very, very sensitive, and you can coordinate all of the buttons to whatever you want them to do. So some great products from Logitech as well. Anyway, guys, that is it. That is my new PC build. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm looking forward to trying it some more. I'm looking forward to doing some more PC builds as well if you guys would like me to do that. And yeah, if you want to see anything else, please do let me know in the comments. Annihilate that like button like you have been for me, and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.